Sometimes people think I'm a dinosaur, but next to these guys, I'm a spring chicken. Today on At Your Leisure, Malia Bascom and I will give you a look at the grand reopening of one of the most famous monuments in the world. From there, Steve Human will show some of the other amazing and fantastic things in the area and how a bit of mystery can go a long way. Finally, Reese Stein flies with hawks and discovers what the world looks like from their vantage point. We have bones, ATVs, and everything you could want in the outdoors. AYL is next.
Well, Chad, what do you think about these here dinosaur bones?
Well, I would say that this is a show that I have a bone to pick with, but it's a good bone. Hi, everybody. Welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Chad Booth.
And I'm Malia Bascom. We're here at the Dinosaur Quarry grand opening today. We're here near Vernal, Utah, and this is the world famous Wall of Bones. People come from Australia, China, Europe, worldwide to see this Wall of Bones, over 1,500.
1,500 bones. However, it's been closed for a while, so when they came to look at it, they had to look at it from as far away as Australia, China, because you couldn't get to them.
No, for 5 years. This building was closed while they completely redesigned it. They had to dig down into the bedrock like 20 feet down because the soils here are contracted. They contract and they expand with the heat and the cold. And so it required a lot of engineering to make it safe.
We were here, what was it, about a month ago?
Yeah,
before they finished it, where we could see all the foundations and the footings and how they actually dug under the old building and built a new building under it. It's really cool. And they hadn't put all the floors in. We could see all the work where they'd actually built the building under the old building to like stabilize it. It was really neat how they did it.
Yes, amazing feat of engineering.
Indeed. Well, actually, there's amazing feet all over this place. There's one there, there's a feet over there, there's a couple of feet up there.
Amazing feet everywhere, including the two that Steve Human has as he's out checking out on our travel adventure here in Dinosaur Land. But there is more than dinosaurs to this area.
Hey, thanks, Steve. You know, we are in the place that everybody remembers about Dinosaur National Monument. In fact, Sardius Stalker here is a ranger here, and he and I came to this place about the same time for the first time. We won't, neither one of us mention when it is, right? Okay, that's fine. But this is what we remember, is the wall full of bones in this cool glass structure.
I think it's much more interactive experience now. Once we get all the exhibits finished, we're going to be able to have it where you can touch a button and it'll tell you what bone it is you're looking at.
Can you show us around a little bit? Can you play like, can we push you like a button and tell us the bones?
And as long as you don't hit the I don't know to button.
Well, come on, show us around.
We heard you had some bones around.
We have a few. You got it. Now, Puppy can't have any of those bones, though. As you notice, we have some different depths in the rock wall. And so we have this section that I'm pointing to over here is the highest in the depth. And then as we go down, we find different bones. Yesterday was the last day when I had to look at somebody and say, I'm sorry, the quarry is closed. And today is the best day because we get to say the quarry is open. People can come here, they can experience the bones as they were found, learn the story that the bones tell us, and then know that they can go out in other areas here in the monument and they can be the paleontologists. They can look for bones eroding naturally out of the rock face. Look back over that way where that vertebrae arches up. Those are the back plates, those big plates on the backs of Stegosaurus. This is a well-articulated juvenile Camarasaurus. This is a femur. So you have to stand here and pose with your femur next to the femur. And notice that it's nearly as big as you are. Then this is my friend Al, Allosaurus jamadsoni. There's the end of his tail. His tail became disarticulated, and the rest of it's right down here.
What I'm figuring happened here is he invested in penny stocks and he lost his tail.
Could be.
Well, Ranger Stalker, this is absolutely fascinating. We're here at the Dinosaur Quarry near Vernal, Utah. We are going to take a quick break, but when we come back later in our show, we'll find out more about these dinosaur bones and other interesting things at the park. Well, welcome back to At Your Leisure. We traveled up the hill to the quarry, we went back in time, now we're going back to the present time.
Somewhere in between, there's also a lot of history. We're going to do that with our product review today too. We go back in time to the dawn of motorcycle road riding.
The Honda.
The Honda Goldwing is there, and yet we come to the present time and it's still there. It's one of the oldest species on two wheels, and Darren's doing a review on it this year. Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We are at the Dinosaur National Monument just east of Vernal, Utah, which, by the way, happens to be Malia's home turf.
Yes.
And we're here with Dan Johnson, not Don Johnson, although he does kind of look like a Hollywood star. He's the chief interpretive officer here at the monument. And kind of proud of the building. This kind of turned out cool, didn't it?
It did turn out pretty cool. Seeing people's reaction today was actually great. It was definitely an affirmation that all the work and everything that's gone into opening the building back up since it's been closed for 5 years was definitely worth it.
All right, Dan, so what other exciting things are to do in the park?
There's 210,000 acres here, and people will find petroglyph and pictograph sites from the Fremont people they can go explore. Numerous hiking trails. There's, of course, whitewater rafting down the Green and the Yampa River. Seeing wildlife, going out also and seeing wildflowers at certain times of years. So there's a lot of great diversity here. Also exploring homesteader cabins, like Josie's cabin, which is the end of the Cub Creek Road here. Beautiful, but kind of remote spot.
Yes,
so.
and the fact that Josie lived in that cabin for years, that isolated cabin way out in the middle of nowhere by herself.
Like into the 60s, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
She was 90.
Yeah, she was almost 90 years old. So yeah, when she finally had to leave.
You know the cool thing about it, and this is what makes a trip to the monument is, and going out to the end to Josie's cabin worth it, is that it's not fenced off. You can actually walk through the yard, you can walk up to the cabin, you can touch it, feel it, you can get close with this, and that changes the whole experience. Well, right now it's time for us to go to our trailhead adventure, and we do all kinds of things on this program, like come and explore the park, and everything that Dan mentioned is the sort of thing we like to do. But animal watching is another big part of it, and that's something Reese is particularly good at. Here's Reese Stein. Great piece as always, Reese. Now, remember, if you want to make a comment about something you see on the show, or you just want to see what's going on, go to our Facebook page, AYLTV, or our website, AYLTV.com.
Booth.
What?
Ancient animal skeletons found.
Red skeleton?
No, dinosaurs.
Dinosaur skeleton. Listen, this place is filled with it. It's the new visitor center, and we got to go check it out. This used to be up there with the old stuff, and now it's down here in a safer place. But it's really, yeah, mix it all around like a cat. All right, we're gonna go look at all the
Allosaurus,
stuff.
T-Rex.
Let's go look.
I think we might find some bones, some dinosaur bones, maybe if we're lucky.
Maybe. Oh, a gift shop. Do-do-do-do-do, a chorus line. Do-do-do-do-do.
Well, there's these cool, interesting little.
Vanna White.
This is the Swelter Shelter, and here we have McKee Springs.
Your cousin.
Would you like to buy a vowel? Rivers and canyons.
Yeah. Steve Human would love this. He's into action figures. I feel like Crocodile Dundee. All right, very good.
Good on you, Booth.
This has actually been a lot of fun wandering around in the visitor center. Come check it out. You can spend an hour here, and you don't have to be as goofy as we are.
Even for adults.
Yes, even for grown-ups.
Tons of stuff to learn.
Stay with us. We'll be back with more of At Your Leisure. When we come back, we're going to be taking a look at this week's contest winner.
Well, next week's show looks like it's going to be fantastic, from dinosaurs to bison.
And the hot air balloon.
And a hot air balloon.
Oh, I need to explain that. Actually, part of this festival out at Antelope Island, Buffalo Dinosaurs, is the balloon thing. But I got to tell you, Rhea Rossi, never been on a hot air balloon. She goes for a first ride.
Oh, she will love it.
Yes, and here's the thing, though. The guy that was the pilot,
right?
When we were taping the show, I think he wanted to get her. I think he wanted to get her up in the air by himself because he said, "Oh, there's only room for like 250 pounds in this basket."
So the Booth was bumped and the Rossi went up.
That's right. And so I just waved goodbye to him on the ground.
way to be a good sport.
Yeah, and I think she had a card and a dinner date at the end. I'm not 100% sure. We really would like to encourage you to come out here to the monument. If you live in the Utah area, it's a great weekend trip. If you're from out of state, plan a vacation here. It's really worth it.
To Dinosaur Land here in Utah. It is amazing. The camping is great, the hiking, the backpacking, the mountain biking, the ATVing. We've got it all.
Thanks for joining us on At Your Leisure. As always, if you can find out more about us at our website, AYLTV.com, and on Facebook at AYLTV. we'll look for you next time. Between now and then, make sure you can get out with your family and friends.
Enjoy the great outdoors.
At your leisure. Okay, let's go.
Right, Malia. There's more to dinosaurs than just this area.
And a bone.
And a bone to pick.